We are right on the brink of Valentine's Day. I know for people like me, it's not a big deal, but for some people, it really is a big deal. So, are you single? Are you married? Are you with a sweetheart? Are you just dating? I mean, there's so many different roles. What are you supposed to do? Are you just dating? Are you supposed to make a big deal out of it? Do you acknowledge it? Do you not? Well, let me tell you, if you're just dating, acknowledge it, but don't make too big of a deal. No diamond bracelets, nothing like that. You'll freak them out, okay? But yeah, acknowledge it. It's nice. Maybe some nice flowers or something, or whatever. You know what's nicer than something you go out and buy and spend a lot of money on is something that you think about, that you think you listen. If somebody feels like they've been heard, that they've been listened to, and you picked up on something that person likes, even if it's something as simple as like a candy bar or their favorite color, and you put something together with that, you are in. Let me tell you that. That's the truth. Now, if you're married, even if you're in a committed relationship, a long-term relationship, even if you've decided we don't celebrate this, acknowledge it, okay? Just acknowledge it. Believe me, just acknowledge it. My former husband used to get me the most beautiful bouquet of roses. Absolutely beautiful, and they would last. They were the real expensive ones, and they would last. And I adore roses. I love them. But you know what happened? He got my first bouquet of roses. I'll never forget it. I was thrilled. I think I even cried. It was great. And then the next holiday came around, I got another one. And then the next holiday, and then fast forward 10 years and I got more. And you know what happened? I didn't want them anymore. The florist would come, the delivery driver from the florist would come, and I'd be like, oh, gee, thanks. Like I didn't know. What a surprise, you know? Be original, people. And then there was one time that I remember that he went and picked these wildflowers, and I know it's illegal, but he picked them off the highway, and they were so beautiful, and they did not last as long as those roses, and they cost him nothing, but I adored those wildflowers. I always liked flowers, so flowers were a hit, but you know, and then I find out that, you know, in our 10th year or whatever, he's not even ordering them. He's having his office manager order them. Really? Nothing. There's nothing. You know, in fact, I grew to hate those roses. I'm over it now. We have been divorced for, gosh, too long, long time. How long have we been divorced? 18 years. So now I can get roses and be okay with it. But for the longest time, it was like, don't get me roses. Get me anything but roses, you know? But now I'm good. If you want to send roses, go ahead. But what about those people that are going to be alone? I know for people like me, it's not a big deal. I mean, it really isn't a big deal. Some people say it's not a big deal, but it's a really big deal. For me, it's not a big deal, but I choose to be single. I'm not with somebody because I don't want to be with somebody. If I were not with somebody and wanted to be with somebody, I think it could be a hard holiday because, especially if you watch TV. See, that's another thing I don't do. I don't watch TV. But if you watch TV, the Hallmark Channel, all these different things, these commercials, remember, it's very commercialized. The card companies, the flower companies, the candy companies, they're all making out on this. That's what this holiday is. It's all about these companies making a fortune. I guess there's not enough holiday in between Easter and Christmas. They had to come up with something, right? So they got St. Patty's Day and they got St. Valentine's Day. So it's not really about spending money, but acknowledge it. Acknowledge it. For the people that are with somebody. If you're just dating, don't go too far, but acknowledge it. If you're married, you know your spouse. Do a lot, do a little, do what they would like you to do. That's it. It's about the other person, you know? But if you're alone, what do you do? Well, first of all, don't let it get to you. Turn off the TV. Don't watch those commercials. Secondly, plan ahead. Plan ahead. If you know it's going to bother you, call a girlfriend that's also single, or even a guy friend, or vice versa, the opposite sex. You know, if you're a guy, call a girl, or a guy, whatever. Plan ahead. Have a night out with the girls or the guys. Somewhere where nobody's, you know, there's not going to be couples around or anything. Um, or if you prefer to have, you know, if you're busy, busy, busy all the time, plan a night just for you. You know, maybe you'll go be in the hot tub and then read a nice book, but plan ahead something that you enjoy. don't stay at work and ignore it. I think when we tend to, a lot of people say, I'm just going to not admit that it's there. And then it's going to show up in your face over and over and over and over again because you're trying to stuff it down. So don't try to stuff it down. Number 3, do something nice for yourself. Maybe put some money aside and go do something nice for yourself. Buy yourself a Valentine's present or do something that you haven't done in a long time. Celebrate the day. Celebrate your singleness. Be happy in it. Be happy in who you are. You know what? And if you don't want to be single, do something about it. What are you going to do to change it? Make a list. Why am I single? Okay, if I don't want to be single, what can I do to change that? Do I not go out enough? Do I not meet enough people? Am I not social enough? Am I too social? Do I have a block up? Go over it. Go to a counselor. Go to yoga, whatever it is, put yourself on a dating site, but do it in a happy way. Number 4 is you could go and volunteer somewhere. Because I find the more you're there for other people and you meet the needs of other people, you don't get so lost in yourself. So maybe say Valentine's Day is just a really bad day for you because you're going through a divorce or because you're just really alone or your spouse died or your loved one died or something like that. First of all, well, that leads me to number 5, and then I'll go back to number 4. Number 5, if that is the case, if you're not alone by choice, if you have just gone through a recent breakup or been rejected by somebody, or your loved one died, or you're grieving for some reason like that, don't try to stuff it. Don't acknowledge it. Don't not acknowledge it. Don't try to act like it's not happening. And like I said before, throw yourself into work or whatever. Prepare for that. Tell your loved ones, your family, your friends that you're going to need some help that day, that it's going to be a tough day for you. And believe me, people will come to your aid. Sometimes people don't know. And you might say, oh, nobody called me on that day. Maybe people think it would be bad to do that, so they leave you alone. Let people know. You can't say people don't care and aren't doing what you want if you don't let them know. Now back to number 4, any kind of depression, whether it be Christmas, Thanksgiving, St. Valentine's Day, St. Patty's Day, Easter, whatever it is, if this day, your birthday, any day, it brings up a negative for you, go out and find somebody else to help. I have found that is the best way to get out of myself. If I start feeling all depressed and stuff, I seek out somebody to help because that's going to take away my thoughts of me. It's going to bring me outside of myself for a little while, long enough to get me through the day. So those are my 5 little tips for getting through Valentine's Day. So if you're with somebody, please acknowledge it. If you're just dating, acknowledge it, but lightly. And if you're alone, do something for you. Take care of you. And you know what? If you're not alone by choice, do something to make that change, okay? Whether it be you need to change you or you need to do something different. Because I don't care who you are, you have something to offer. You need to get out of the mindset that you don't. You have something to offer and somebody would be damn lucky to be with you. That being said, happy Valentine's Day, guys. I'll see you in the next video.